Thank you, Dottie and Joan. Everyone, please give them a round of applause. And also any cabinet members who are here right now, any members of our cabinet, please stand up and be recognized that we can all thank you as well. I know Liz Gamache is here, Shayna Casper, Sue Minter, Brenda Churchill, Ann Lezak, Catherine Sims, Monique Priestley, Helen Head. We have a rock star cabinet, and I'm honored to be a part of it. And it's so good to see all of you here tonight. And we started pretty late, but it's because we're all having a really great time. So I think we're all good with it. So at Emerge Vermont, we train Democratic women to run for office. But unless you actually do it, no training can truly prepare you for the courage, the fortitude, determination, and persistence necessary to get elected. Campaigning is brutally difficult. It runs from brilliant highs to devastating lows, often all in the same day. It requires strength and resilience to endure constant scrutiny, endless canvassing, grueling debates, never-ending dialing for dollars, harsh criticism, and skeptical voters, and all with no guarantee of success. Running for office is an act of courage and an act of faith in oneself and in others. And anyone who does it, regardless of the outcome, deserves our respect. Woo-hoo! Many Emerge Vermont alums won their primary races in August, but a small number did not. And while it was gratifying to finally see a slate of such strong women candidates for Congress, and while we were so proud to see two of our brightest stars in the race, it was terribly hard to watch them compete against each other. Tonight, as we celebrate women in politics, we would like to honor our own Lieutenant Governor Molly Gray. For her brave and hard-fought race. As our Lieutenant Governor and as a candidate, you have been a role model for women and girls across Vermont. Thank you for running, and thank you for your continued leadership. Usually at this part of the program, I start telling you about how Emerge Vermont is doing, but really all you need to know is this. Would you put the next slide on, Bob? That's how Emerge Vermont is doing. The alums comprising this amazing 92% win rate are graduates of our signature training program. But with the wave of legislative retirements this year, it enabled us to train even more women to run. So right before the final paperwork submission deadline, we quickly ramped up and trained an additional 23 women to campaign. 13 of those women were also on the primary ballot in August. And so of all 62 Emerge Vermont trained women on the ballot, 90% of them won. And we broke even more ground. Over 37% of alums on the ballot were also members of the New American Majority, Black, brown, and indigenous women and women of color, as well as LGBTQ+ young and unmarried women. And 10 women on the primary ballot were first-time candidates. What's more, Emerge Vermont trained women on the ballot made up 39% of all candidates from all parties on the entire ballot. If you were an alum on the ballot in August, please stand up so we can applaud you. The wave that started with Governor Madeline Cunan's founding of Emerge Vermont in 2013 is cresting. We're starting to see the results of almost a decade's hard work come to fruition as the 174 women we have trained so far are stepping up, running, and winning. But it's more than the training. It's a movement. women across Vermont are acting with an urgency that can only come from our rights and our democracy being threatened on all sides. Whether it's the overturning of Roe v. Wade, election deniers, racist mascots, anti-trans legislation, I could go on. The women we train are motivated like never before. They aren't just taking their seats at the table, they're taking the wheel. And at Emerge Vermont, we are happy to give them the keys. November is coming. There will be dozens of our alums on the ballot from Justice of the Peace all the way up to Congress. If elected in November, they will transform our political structures, provide new voices for traditionally underrepresented communities, and demonstrate the importance of women in leadership. Seats will be flipped and history will be made. After the election, Emerge Vermont will turn our attention to training more women to run for local office. According to UVM, less than a third of select board members in Vermont are women. At a time when communities are being targeted by conservatives eager to impose racist ideology on schools or to exert control over local elections, it has never been more important to elect more Democratic women to these local bodies. This fall, we'll be launching Emerge Vermont Local to train women considering to run for their select board or school board, just in time for town meeting day elections. This fall, we're also continuing our successful Legislator Toolkit webinar series to provide more professional development opportunities for alums as they enter the legislative session. And finally, the application for our signature training program, our flagship 70-plus hour course that provides all the skills and tools necessary to run a successful campaign, is open until November 1st. We'd love each of you here tonight to share this news with women throughout your communities and encourage them to apply to become a member of the class of 2023. As Emerge Vermont enters our 10th year, we are committed to increasing women's representation at all levels of government. As demographics transform the country and our state over the next 15 years, we're proud to be a part of Emerge's plan to ensure that more Democratic women representing the new American majority hold elected and appointed office.
There is a shift happening.
America is changing.
By 2045, this nation and its communities will be completely transformed.
In fact, it's already begun.
We are at an inflection point.
And the rise of the new American majority
is much closer than we think.
But who are we?
Who is this new American majority?
We are not just the future.
We are the now. Black women,
brown women,
Indigenous women,
women of color,
young women,
LGBTQ plus women,
and unmarried women who make up a growing number of this nation's population.
These are the faces of the new American majority.
We will determine the direction of this country.
It's time for our country to recognize us,
to see our power,
to hear our voice.
The truth is, we have always been here,
changing the conversation
and fighting for a brighter future.
So march with us.
Reach out to us.
Engage with us.
And follow our lead.
We are the faces of the new American majority.
The new American majority.
We are coming.
We are ready to serve,
to lead,
to advocate,
to run,
to win.
We matter because our communities deserve better.
We deserve to see ourselves reflected in the seats of power.
This is not only a moment.
This is our movement.
Our time is emerging.
And we are ready.
With 174 alums, 55 of them in office right now, and an incredible 92% win rate, Emerge Vermont has proven that we can change the face of government and get more women elected. A group of donors has pledged $2,000 to us tonight, if we can match it. So we're up to the challenge, and we're gonna make it fun. So take out your phones. So hold your camera up, you'll see a link, tap the link, and it will take you to our website where you can make a contribution to help us meet the match and earn an additional $2,000 tonight. So thank you for trying that. It was really fun to try. We'll try it again later in case you need to try it again and get it right the second time. So now I'm excited to turn our amazing program over to our speakers. Our speakers are trailblazers, every single one of them. Our first trailblazer was one of a small group of intrepid women who joined Governor Madeleine Kunin as she founded Emerge Vermont. In 2008, she made history as the youngest state legislator in the country at the time and the first person of color ever elected to represent Burlington. In 2016, she ran for lieutenant governor of Vermont. In 2020, she made history again as the first woman of color ever to be elected to the Vermont Senate. And most recently, she ran for the U.S. House and is currently running for re-election to the Vermont Senate. I am very proud to welcome today Senator Keisha Ram Hinsdale.